Vitoria, hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. And you?
Good, thank you. So today you are going to interview Victoria about the dance. Victoria is a dance teacher on LP now. The dance that she teaches, or the discipline that she teaches, is ballet. But first, I want to say something. When I heard ballet, I was like, no, it's not for me. I was seeing Victoria like fit and me like not really fit. So I was like, am I going to do that? But then I started doing some classes with Vitoria last month, and it was basics and it was movements for body enjoyment, body stretching, balance, strengthening the legs, strengthening the arms. And it was something like other sport disciplines with nice music, excitement, and enjoyment. That's why we thought we would like to interview Victoria so she tells us more about the dance and about ballet. So the first question, Victoria, is introduce yourself. Who are you?
So I am Vitoria Dornelas. I'm from Brazil and I am 28 years old. And I didn't start dancing when I was little. So I related a lot with how you felt uh, during your first class.
Thank you. Victoria, I would like to know how was or what was your first contact with dance?
Yes, as I told you, I didn't grow up dancing. I grew up in a very little city where dance wasn't part of my reality.
Mhm,
So when I got to college, I moved cities,
mhm,
and after 4 years of college, I discovered a school that I'm now part of, that's Belas Artes, Projetos Culturais.
mhm,
And I started to participate in the classes of contemporary.
mhm,
And then I went to knowing more about the dance, the impact of the dance on other people's lives. And I was getting closer and closer to my professor, that is one of the persons that I most admire today, seeing how uh, he took care of the project. So I started to participate in and the other classes that he gave it to us until 2016. He invited me to help him with the little kids. So I start teaching with him, learning from him. And in 2017, I, I got post graduation on dance. I started in 2017, actually. So I could do a better work with my students.
Thank you, Victoria. I caught a sentence, a very important one, while you were speaking. You said, dance was not part of my reality before college, and I made it my reality. So, if someone makes something his reality, it means he sees the importance in it. I'd like to know, how did you see that? What was the importance for you, and how could this influence people's life? How did it influence your life, and how could it possibly influence people's life?
So yeah, this school that I made part of today, he is a project, a social project where it started on a peripheric neighborhood where we have a lot of social difference. So my professor started this project there to actually dance is just an elite dance. It's not part of many other people's realities. So the project has this main goal is to make accessible to everyone. So we had part of the students were get the free study, so they can participate. And on the neighborhoods they were living in, they have to dance while we were there, or they have the traffic. So the dance make a huge difference for them because they have people there who care, who they could talk to and show them there another ways to live and give them opportunities for them to change their own reality.
Thank you, Victoria. So you're saying that dance brought people together. It was a discipline or an activity that brought people to meet each other, to socialize with each other, and to be happy together. Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would like to ask you something about yourself. What do you feel when you dance? Do you feel special?
Yes, it's very interesting because I was very much more shy than I am today. So the first time that I prepared for an end of the year spectacle, I thought I was gonna be afraid that I was gonna froze in front of everyone, and I was really, really much scared to to get in the stage. But from the moment I was there, I was just there. The problems of the world vanished from my mind. I was just doing what I learned, what I prepared, and I was there in the moment. And that was a very nice sensation and to be. And that's usually what I feel when I am dancing. Sometimes I get a little bit self-conscious in the beginning. I'm still looking and sometimes even judging myself. But as you get the dance flow, you forgot about that and just let your body move. And if it's something choreographed, or you just remember what you have to do. And if it's something that you have to improvise or have some others ignitions, especially on contemporary dance, you have some others laboratories that you can do. You just get there and stay there in that moment. And that's very, very cool.
Thank you. You know, why speaking, I correlate to my two friends. I have two friends, one from Canada here with me in Turkey, and the other one from Turkey. And the last time I spoke about your classes in general dance, they were like, we cannot go. They have an anxiety that is being in a place where it is crowded, and dance for them is like that. But then I will say your sentence. I said, go there and forget yourself, forget your fears, forget these like physical world you are in and feel it, and then they will get out of the shell, I'm sure. So thank you for your precious sentence. I'll be glad to show your interview replay to them. So maybe my last what I would like to ask you last is, what do you, sometimes we in LP now, in our community, people, as I told you before, are different ages, different physical condition. So people who don't know reality of dance, they would think, oh, ballet is someone who should be very fit, someone who started this since the age of 2 or 3. And this is kind of the image people have about ballet. So, what can you say to those people? Could you invite them to your classes despite their ages and despite their physical condition?
Yes, so everyone can dance. Everybody can dance. So we used a lot in the school the phrase from Elenita de Saer. It's an artist, and she used to be a professor. I'm not sure exactly, but she was from a college in Rio de Janeiro, and she created a methodology when on the main phrase of her is anybody can dance, and any movement is dance. So you can just lift our arm, and we have the right song, we have a dance. So our physical body, our age is not a limit. And I can talk with you guys by myself. I also thought that I had to have started when I was young, but I started when I was 22 years old. So I wasn't thinking ever to make living by dance. This is never never passed to my mind, but it's something that I can do today. I was always thought that I have to be an engineer because I can do nothing related to health and taking care of people's in hospitals. I can't do that, so I thought about being an engineer or having some administration work, but I never thought that I could be a dancer, and today I am.
That's the best example. Thank you so much, Victoria. If I have to say something for our community is come discover Victoria's classes of ballet. It is a social activity where you will enjoy listening to nice music and being with people, meeting people, but also forget yourself, free yourself, and enjoy and relax. Yes,
And
Rosemary, hi,
uh,
I am Tan. If you have other questions or other things to with Vic,
No, I am delighted to have been able to listen to most of what you had to say, Vitoria. And I am delighted that you are offering our members the opportunity to experience dance.
yes,
And thank you.
you're welcome. I also very thankful for you guys for giving me this opportunity. I just remembered today something earlier that in the beginning of the year, with still in the middle of the pandemic, our school was closed. They were closed. We haven't get back to study.
Mm.
I started reading some things for me to start projects and other things. And I found out some projects to exchange dance to other countries. And I remember thinking about it. I don't really sure. I don't have sure if I said to someone else, but I'm sure that I think that I really would enjoy very much to talk about ballet arts and into another countries.
Mhm.
So it's very it makes me very happy today because I'm being able to do this even if I have not left the country.
Mhm.
And I thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.